What is up, YouTube knife community? Back again. Today we've got a little bit different video, kind of a overall impressions on a couple blades, and just sort of maybe a hint of a review, but I just want to give my thoughts on these two knives. First off, I want to thank Kenny from In the Pocket for sending this guy for me to check out. This is a Chris Reeves knives, large and Cosi, S35EN drop point blade. It's got micarta inlays. Very, very, very nice knife. And I figured I would bring out my 21 plain Jane and Singo Sabenza, so we could kind of review or compare the two. So like I said, first off, I want to say thank you to Kenny at In the Pocket on YouTube and Instagram. Check him out, Kenny at In the Pocket. If you ain't already subscribed to him or following him and you know about me, then you messed up somewhere along the line. Kenny's way better at this than I am. Excuse me. But after Kenny's shout out, I want to give a update on my giveaway. I reached out to my buddy Micah at Black Bear Custom Kydex. Me and him are going to do a little collaboration on this giveaway. He's donating a custom sheath for a certain knife. I'm not sure which knife we're picking yet. It'll either be a K-Bar TDI series or maybe possibly a Mora Eldris, however you say it, or maybe a different Mora knife. I'm not sure yet, but either way, it'll have a badass custom sheath made for it by Micah at Black Bear Custom Kydex. If you guys haven't checked out Micah, turn this video off and go watch Micah at Black Bear Custom Kydex. He's on YouTube and Instagram as well, Black Bear Custom Kydex. All right, so let's jump right into this. So as you see, the obvious things that stick out is the 21 is a Insingo shaped blade, and the Incosi is a drop point blade. Now, this is something I fought myself with on whenever I bought my 21, was the drop point blade. To me, at the time when I picked this 21 up, I thought to myself that if I was going to spend that much money on a knife, I wanted it to be kind of unique, you know. And at first glance, looking at interweb pictures, the blade on this Incosi or a 21 or a 25 or whatever, the drop point blade, just looks like every other knife to me. Or not, I mean, the blade shape is what I'm saying. The blade shape looks like a lot of other knives to me. And then you got the Insingo that automatically stands out. As soon as you see this blade shape, a knife guy knows that that is a Chris Reeves Insingo. It is by far one of the easiest to just pick out of a lineup. And they do such a spectacular job with rounding that spine and getting into that swedge. That swedge is absolutely adorable. I love that swedge. Probably my favorite thing on the whole knife is that swedge. It's kind of funny, but it's true. So yeah, the drop point, it didn't speak to me when I was purchasing a Chris Reeves. Then Singo yelled at me and said, pick me. So that's the way I went. I will say, I've had one other drop point in my hand, but it's been a long time ago, and maybe I didn't quite appreciate knives as much then as I do now or whatnot. Excuse me, there's a car passing. Sorry, guys. But this is not your ordinary drop point blade in nobody's imagination, no stretch of the imagination. This is definitely better than most, and I'll go over why I think that in just a second. So yeah, they do the crown spine on the drop point on the Incosi, and this little divot right here, from my understanding, is because it is easier to manufacture if you put that in there and then go into the swedge. It's easier for them to manufacture. So that's why that's there, from my understanding. Okay, and then another thing that automatically sticks out is the Incosi has double thumb studs. 21 does not. I would absolutely love double thumb studs on my 21. So I give the Incosi an extra point for that, or whatever, for whatever it's worth. Okay, then the jimping on the 21 is much finer jimping, as you can see. Both are awesome. I kind of prefer the 21 jimping just because I'm not a huge fan of jimping. And this jimping here, you can slide past it, or you can use it to get purchase on. I mean, it's both are awesome. It just depends on what you like best. I mean, this is just my thoughts, guys. All this is completely subjective. Okay, then sorry guys, had to pause it for a minute. Somebody walked up on me. Okay, so back at it. Yeah, like I was saying, the jimping on the 21 is the one that I prefer a little bit more. And then the other obvious thing that sticks out is here you have the one thumb lug to get to the lock bar access, and then here you have two. And again, that to me, that's just what you prefer. It's something that I had to get in hand before I knew what the Incosi was all about. Of course, I've had the 21 for a little bit over 2 years now, and it to me the one lug for me is perfect. I prefer the one cutout, and another reason I prefer the cutout on the 21 is because it's easier to access. If you look, the see if I can get it. Yeah, there you go. You can see it good. The 21 has better access to the lock. Now that's nitpicky because you can still get to your lock bar easily with the Incosi. So it's no big deal. It's just what I prefer again. Okay, and this is something that I'm not 100% positive about. But if you go on the Chris Reeves website, there is a separate clip for these two knives. The large 21 has its own clip, and then the Incosi has a clip you can order, and they look to be a little bit different in profile. The Incosi looks like it stands a little more proud. I don't know if you can see it from that side, maybe this side. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, maybe right there. Maybe you can tell it right there. The Incosi, to me, looks like it stands a little more proud. And to me, I can feel that in hand. That is the only hot spot on this knife, is where that clip comes up right here. For me, that's the only hot spot on the entire knife. And this one, the 21, I don't even feel that clip. It disappears. It goes right into the crease right there and completely disappears for me. Okay, so on that front, I prefer the 21, and not just because it's my knife, it's because it feels better for me. Okay, going back to the clips, the Incosi has a canted clip, and the 21 rides the lock bar. To me, I couldn't tell much difference in what that does. I know it rides a little. This rides a little different in the pocket than Coastie. Rides a little different in pocket, but in use, that really didn't make much difference for me. The one thing that I definitely give the 21 the victory on is the blade grind. Now that's for my daily use, what I use my knives for. I don't know if I can get it on camera or not, but the hollow grind on the 21 is deeper. It's thinner behind the edge than the Incosi. I don't know if you can tell anything about it looking at it on camera, but when you get these two knives in hand, you can see it right there. You can see the difference. And as far as stock, I do believe the stock is the same, but the 21 gets thinner where it matters. And again, that is personal preference. So all this is subjective. And the inside of these two knives, the Incosi has a small washer on, I believe, the lock side. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've had it apart. The 21 has a small washer and a larger washer, and Incosi has two big, huge washers, and they're both perforated to hold in lubrication. Chris Reeves suggests that you run fluorinated grease. I do run grease in mine. It seems to do the job. Then the 21 has a bush and pivot on the inside. The pivot hole in the blade, there's a bushing, and it's screwed from both sides into that bushing. And the Incosi has a big, large pivot that runs all the way through. So yeah, the pivot definitely goes to the Incosi. Definitely, it's way more stout. Which maybe that's subjective too, because even though this is a bush and pivot, you would still have to break the screws and the bushing, and plus deal with those tight ass tolerances to get anything inside there to break. So does it matter? You tell me. I don't know. Here's one thing that definitely matters. This lock bar is treated, carbonized or whatever they call it, and it's titanium on S35VN with the treated in between. And this guy has I don't know if I can get it on camera or not, it has a big ass ceramic ball that interacts with the tang of the blade, and it is also your detent, which is pretty sweet. I do like that aspect. So as far as lockup, I still don't know which one to give it to. I mean, it's a toss-up. I guess that's another one of those personal preference deals. I mean, I like both. And for me, like I said earlier, the clip disappears, the jimping feels better, the cutout feels better. So ergonomically, for me, this is just for my hand, the 21 is a little bit better. This is where it gets interesting. If you take this 21 apart and you lay out all your parts and count them, I'm pretty sure it's 15 parts. And then if you take this one apart and lay out all your parts, you have 8 parts, if my counting is correct. This is much more easy to disassemble and take apart and all that good stuff. It's a joy to break down and put back together, which now, compared to a Spyderco or a Benchmade or whatever, this thing right here is awesome to take down and put back together too. It's just, that's part of the knife enthusiast aspect of it is disassembly and reassembly. Then you know how everything works. So yeah, for me, the inlays feel so good, so good. They feel the hand so good. So maybe for me, a 21 with inlays, and maybe put a 21 clip on it. I bet I would probably enjoy the Nkosi a little better if that was the situation. So my overall like determination, thoughts, or whatever, this beast right here is a freaking tank. If you get one of these in your hand, that's the first thing that comes to mind when you put hand on this thing is, damn, that's a freaking tank. This one, you're thinking, damn, that's gonna make a solid work knife, a good slicer, just a good overall work knife. It is Sabenza is and translate to worker, so that should say something too. So what it comes down to for me is what you're going to be using it for, or just everyday use. Are you going to be slicing more, and will that thicker grind that's going to get thicker as you sharpen it, will that affect you any? Do you sharpen your knives enough for that to affect you any? If the answers are those, or of all that is no, I would probably go with Nkosi just because of the overall build quality, which both of them is stupid in build quality, and the warranty you get and the customer service you get. It's unmatched, really. So at this time, I'm going to bring the camera up just a little bit. I'm sorry, the knives went bye-bye, but I think by now you can see what's over on the table. So I know that if I put this video out and in the comments section, I know Woodland would say, yeah, but will it baton? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. There's the Nkosi. Here's the Sabenza. Let's see if the Sabenza will baton. Let's see if the Sabenza will whittle. Can we see this? Right about there. The Sabenza will whittle. Let's see if the Nkosi will whittle. Yes, the Nkosi will whittle. Let's see if the Nkosi will baton. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, guys. I am not going to baton Kenny's Nkosi. Let's get back down on the table. I am not going to baton Kenny's Nkosi. I know if Kenny's watching the video, whenever I was getting ready to do that, he was probably saying go, go, go. Or hell, he may have been saying no, no, no. But it's not up to me to decide whether or not this knife gets batoned. I definitely wouldn't do it. Not because I wouldn't do it, because it's not my knife. Very beautiful knife. And Kenny, by the way, bro, These some bitches are sharp. Sharp. Man, Kenny can sharpen. Woo! Things are sticky, sticky, sticky. Done an excellent job sharpening these knives. Before when he sent me his in Nkosi, he had my 21. That's what got all this started. So I wanted to check out the Nkosi, so he sent it my way, and I sent him my 21. Just beautiful knives, awesome knives. I don't see how you can go wrong. People talk about the money that you have to spend to get one. Man, they're well worth it. They are well worth it. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for today. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, subscribers. Thanks for watching. We'll be. I know I went over the giveaway thing earlier, but I'm going to probably do it at 200 subs. So if you can help me get there, we'll get this giveaway going. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.